Hey, what's up, small group coaches? Hopefully you guys are doing well. I want to get on here for a second. I'm talking to the Lions, the Lows, and the Martins. You guys are freaking phenomenal, and thank you for your patience in just even piloting and pioneering this whole new lane and how we're doing small groups of 12 stone, and y'all are the marriage lane and lane leaders, coaches, and all that good stuff, and for keeping up with your leaders so well. A couple shout outs too is I know that y'all had a marriage lane meet and greet in between services a couple weeks ago. That was amazing. Told Paul and our staff about that, and they were like, we got to do that. We got to capture that. We got to keep something like that in part of our rhythms for small groups. So that was amazing. And also the Martins, I know your whole group, y'all had a dinner for your coaching network a couple weeks ago, and then also y'all did some volleyball yesterday, which was just awesome. And so, man, it's like really healthy. You guys are doing really healthy things, and so I couldn't do this without you. And I'm like, makes me feel really, really, really good that like I feel like we're doing this right. And so so much that goes to you. So I want to just give you a quick where we are. So we have three seasons in our 12 stone small group structure. We have fall that starts from August to late November, early December. We have spring, which is end of January to now, and then we have a 6-week summer season as well. And so I should have done this last week. Sorry about that. And I'm still trying to just get my head around all things groups and the rhythms for how this is going to move going forward. But we're getting a lot more clarity at Central Campus as far as who's owning what groups and what that looks like. So that being said, technically the season ends this week. I'm going to send out a video to all of the small group leaders to make plans for the ending of their small group for this season. But I'm going to go ahead and say this week or next week, just because I didn't communicate this ahead of time to you guys or to them. So here in the next couple of weeks, we'd love for them to take a pause. We want them to take a pause because really we want to create rhythms that people are, summer and then the winter holidays are crazy in everyone's life, but also just establish rhythms. So like, hey, let's go in for it and let's take a little breather and get refilled, but also for the leaders to do that. So what I'm going to ask all of them, and I'd love for you guys to help as well, is for them to deactivate their group, figure out when their last meeting is, what they're going to be doing, how they want to launch it, how they want to pause it, but for them to communicate that with you and then deactivate their group. That's on their dashboard on the website. If you need help with that or they need help with that, then I can walk you guys through that. I want to send you guys some resources too, as far as like what the calendar is looking like, what to do before a session, in the middle of a session, the end of the session, and then going into the summer. So you have it right here. I'll email all this to you as well. The summer is going to start on the first week of June, and it's going to go for 6 weeks through the second week of July. 2 weeks before June 4th, it's May 20th, May 28th. For those 2 weeks, we'll have a little lobby presence and get groups open on the website so that people then can start identifying, I want to be in that group, but we won't actually start the group meetings until the first week of June. So the two big pushes are in the fall and the spring. Obviously, this is like a medium push. And so we are going to give a little attention to it. We haven't done that in the past at 12 Stone. But we're not going to go all out like we do in the fall and the spring. So this still is important, but not the bigger pushes. Okay. And so I think we're communicating to everybody, all the small group leaders, is take a breather. If you need a breather, go into August. But if you stop your group this week or next week, that's still 4 weeks before you would start a summer group. And if you're like, man, my group is rocking and rolling, let's keep a little bit of those touch points and momentum that God's already done. Keep those things going. In the summer would be helpful to have a few weeks that we could do that, those 6 weeks to do that, and also create a space for if there's anyone else that wants to jump in too, because we'll give a little bit of push from stage to get people in those groups. Then take a breather, but also let's do some summer groups. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. I'd love to hear your plans for how's your coaching experience been with your groups, and what you want, what your involvement needs to be in the summer. Because I wanted to say the same thing for you. What breather and what break do you need? I would love for all of y'all to continue being coaches, because we're onto something, and I would love to double down and just take it to the next level in the fall. But for the three of you guys, let's talk where you are. Let's talk how you're feeling. Let's talk your next step. Let's talk your summer as well. But also, if you need any clarity of how to even lead your leaders through this transitional season, let's chat. Y'all are the best.